They said hush your mouth, keep your head down low, drink your pain, pay your tax, do what you're told. But I was raised where the rainy streets teach you to stand on your own 2 feet. Yeah, from a small town pub to the city lights, I've seen deals in smoke-filled nights. Blue suits talking like they own this land, but they never had mud on their hands. They write the rules from a golden chair while we graft all day just to breathe their air. But there's a fire in this old isle, and I won't let them steal what's mine. I don't bend for the lies they sell. I won't dance to the Westminster Bell. I'll sing truth for this tired old nation. No filter, no hesitation. Raise your voice, feel that liberation. This is the unfiltered nation. Yeah, this is the unfiltered nation. Yeah. We got farms, docks, mills still standing strong. Real folk here who've been right all along. They call us crazy when we say no more, but we carry this country shore to shore. So here's to the ones who won't back down, stealing their spine and are beaten downtown. If your heart still beats for this old home soil, then you're my people in this loyal coil. No more masks, no more stage duration, no more bought and paid for stations. If you're done with scripted conversation, step into the unfiltered nation. Take a seat, switch on, feel the elevation. Real talk, real grit, no fabrication. You crossed the line, there's no more waiting. Welcome to the unfiltered nation.
See, what's going to happen now is the left and all the mainstream medias, they are going to incorrectly call this hate speech. So they want to play that game with me. Okay, good. I'm going to play it because yes, I hate evil. I hate paedophiles. I hate cowards who trade girls for votes. I hate lies disguised as tolerance. I hate the wolves in the suits, and I hate the silence in power. And if you don't hate these two, then you're part of the problem. So this will be a righteous hate. It's what built empires, and it's what defends the innocent. And to those over there watching in Parliament in Westminster, let me remind you this. You knew, and you let it happen anyway. And now the people know too.
Whoa, wrong scene there. Wrong scene. Big up everyone. Big up Kirsten in the house. Let's get on to the right one. I don't know if you did you hear me? Did you hear me stack it? I just stacked it. I literally just stacked it. So yeah, that's not gonna go down well tomorrow. Big up everyone in the house. Glad everyone is coming. We can have a few friends over as well from hopefully the Americans can get involved now because I can't seem to sync up with their comments. We've got Facebook, we've got Insta. I think we've got Insta anyway. And where is it? And we've got everyone else. Let's just go through the chat quickly. Big up Kirsten. Big up Dal. How you doing? John, how you doing? Simo, big up yourself. And Brian, big up yourself as well. So Gizmo, Big up yourself, big up yourself. Hey, you spend 5 minutes before you go to bed. That's the way we do it. That's the way we do it. I want to do the 10:30 slot. I want to keep it, even though people are now doing these slots. They're all doing these 10 o'clock slots and 10:30. I thought we got the market cornered. I thought people weren't going to be staying up this late, but it seems that they are. But you know, we got a big, tall tiger cup, and the girls have got little tigers, and that's how we do it. Anyway, right. Let's just get straight into it today. So this title is the Burnham Files, and I should have done this with Keir Starmer. I should have done it, but I didn't, and loads of things were happening. But this one's very, very important, and we're going to keep going over them, and we're going to have more files and more files, because this selected MP, he wasn't selected because the people selected him. He wasn't selected because the members of his party selected him. I know a lot of people are saying, well, Dan, you tell us, you vote for the party, not for the Prime Minister. I get that. But when you've got backroom doors happening, and when you've got people that are they're more concerned talking about the Fabians, and they're more concerned talking about all these other stuff. I'm going to leave all of that to them. You lot just deal with what you lot will deal with. We'll deal with the real politics here. And the real politics is not good. Let me just get my right screen up, and then we're going to go through it, because the Burnham tale is an insightful one, and I don't think people actually understand how bad it is, or how good it is, or whatever it is. So I'm going to put you. Let me just work this out for a minute. Big up Roy. Roy's in the house. Big up, big up, big up. Was you there at the playoffs? Was you in London? I know you did a couple of streams. Also drop your Kick link into the chat. Where is all them links? I will let's get into it. Let's get into it, and then I will drop it. It's Danny Unfiltered as well. Let me try and see if I can get. Let me see if I can just get it now, while everyone's still coming in. So, what's your first day of Andy Burnham? What's the first day like? What for you guys? Do you think it's okay? Do you think he could be doing good, because he's talking about a lot of
fucking guy, bro?
Things
Not the
like
first time he's done this for the community.
He's going to
Derek
stop.
Finnegan?
We don't want to listen to you, bro. We don't want to listen. We want to listen to me. Here we go. Here we go. He's talking about how he's going to get rid of the homeless people. He's going to do a lot of things like that. And, you might be able to believe him, or you might just think it's more horseshit what we've been used to, right? And it is. It's kind of what we've been used to all the way across. So let me just drop this in here. This is the Kick chat. People, please get over to Kick as well. Drop in on Kick and say hello. Get yourself a subscription from there, because soon I'm not going to be on here. Soon it's going to be too mad. That's why I'm with Facebook, and I'm with this. I did a post. I've not posted on TikTok. I've not posted on TikTok for about a year. I've not posted on Instagram for about a year, and I've dropped one down, the same one as I put on YouTube, the one in the car, and they both got over 1,000 straight away off the bat. So we know, or I know, that YouTube is very much, yes, it's very much a controlled place. It's a controlled position. So anything else in the chat? Who haven't I said? LTG. How you? Oh, LTG did it. See, these are super mods. These are super mods. Good evening, good evening, good evening. DJ Hertz 2020. Let's go back to 2020. Let's go back to raving. And I've been listening to a lot of garage things. I think it's that time of I think it's that time when you get to like 40 something, you go on all these social medias and you get all these like old birds and whatnot dancing to some absolute bangers, and you're like, you know what? I want to listen to that again. I want to listen to How to Scout. I want to listen to these things. So yeah, Dude, Burnham is making it look like he's going against Starmer to change the policies to gain popularity. Yes, he is. But listen, I want you guys just to come along this journey with me, because this journey, this started in 2012. What's going on? How did this journey start in 2012? Because McGregor, the Hope Not Hate political analyst or whatever he is now in the Burnham campaign, he started doing it. He started being this digital campaigner in America for Obama, and it didn't stop. The people around Burnham now haven't stopped there, but we're going to get straight into this now. We're going to do it. So we're talking about the network behind Keir Starmer that nobody's actually talking about, because the government, the Labour government, has always said that they don't engage with the Muslim Council of Britain. It's too toxic. Is run by these people. We just don't engage with them. That's what they say. You know, we've got. I'm going to show you in a minute. Yet people out there. Wait there. So the people who are connected to here we go there. Right. So the people connected to the Muslim Council of Britain, they're all around him. They're everywhere he goes. And they're leading a company or an activist group called the Labour Muslim Network. Now, how many people of you out there have heard about the Labour Muslim Network? Because I only known about it about 3 months ago. Somebody was like, the Muslim Council of Britain, they've got a back door. I was like, what's his back door you talking about? Keeps talking about it. And a lot of people who I converse with outside, you know, in the real life or whatever, they don't like spoon feeding me. They want me to find it myself, because I'll get a better understanding. But I didn't get this one. And then they told me about it, and they give me a link, and then, yeah, it's absolute crazy. That's why I go mental. And I'm just like, why is everyone talking about the Fabians? Why is everyone talking about, you know, these, and you're not talking about it? Because people are not focused. Anyway, so what they've been doing for many, many months and years, they've been going into the Labour leadership contest. They've been asking these people. You see Angela Rayner, that's the thing. Angela Rayner in the room for the men, saying, oh, we will do this, oh yeah, we support Palestine, and all of that kind of stuff. See, the Muslim Council of Britain linked figures, they appear at every single, or many Labour Muslim Network events. The chairman, Ali Malani, he is now working on Andy Burnham's political operation to win the nation and to get this 10-year governance, I reckon. So I'm saying, and you're going to say afterwards, that the Labour Muslim Network is an unofficial bridge between Labour and the wider Muslim Council of Britain ecosystem. So let's start right at the top, when I said that their position is, oh no, their position is that they don't. Right, we're here. Can you see that? You can't even see that, can you? So it's just let's just put it here. Nice and massive. So the Lord Bishop of St Albans, of all places, the place where St Albans Abbey has the final supper, the Last Supper, and they have it as Jesus as a black man. So this is who we're dealing with. So he said the question was, where's his question? Oh, here you go. To ask His Majesty's government what steps they are taking to engage positively with Muslim communities, including the Muslim Council of Britain. Imagine that. A Christian Lord Bishop of St Albans asking about Are the government going to deal with the Muslims? So Lord Khan of Burnley, he's a life peer. You can say he's very much of a lord of this manor. Last year on the 12th of February, he answered it and he said, the government recognises the importance of engaging meaningfully with faith and belief groups. His Majesty's government does not engage with the Muslim Council of Britain. Now, he said that explicitly. So we have to say that they do not engage with them, right? This is where the lies come. This is where they always lied to the people. There has been no change to this policy, and this has been set out consistently in Parliament. So this is in Hansard. This is a unofficial rule of what we're doing, and we're going to promote it through Parliament. So we should really be standing on that. Then he says, since being appointed Faith Minister, I've been engaging with the Muslim communities nationwide, connecting women, young people, community leaders through extensive outreach efforts. This has included engagement with numerous Muslim leaders in the aftermath of Southport incident. No, the mass murder of children in Southport and the riots, protesting. Hosting Muslim roundtables for women and supporting a number of community-led initiatives, including interfaith youth forums. That was not important, but there is always going to be those people out there. Oh, you didn't do the context. You didn't do no context, Dan. So there you go. There was the context. So they said that they don't deal with it, right? So the official relationship really with them is a non-engagement one, isn't it? That is official. So if ministers can't formally engage with the Muslim Council of Britain, and we know how much influence they still have, does that mean that the Muslim Council of Britain associated people, the individuals who still gain access to this government, do you think that's that should be spoken about? I do. If there's a back door, I would like to know. So let's go straight into the back door. I will go to the comments in a bit, but I do get carried away with this. So this is the Labour Muslim Network. Let's see what they're about, eh? Can you see that? Or do I have to go to... See, that's too much. So this is really as close as I can get it. The Labour Muslim Network is an inclusive organisation which seeks to promote British Muslim engagement within the Labour Party and the political process based on our shared values of social justice and equality. Right? So we know what type of group it is at the moment. It's a woke group, it's an NGO, and that's what it does. Through encouraging increased participation in politics and building a strong relationship with the Labour Party, the Labour Muslim Network empowers its supporters to campaign for a fairer, more equal and democratic society. That's interesting, right? Because it says here directly, that's what they're going to do, is build a strong relationship. Our members are made up of local activists, ordinary members, councillors and members of Parliament. But remember, they don't deal with the Muslim Council of Britain. The Labour Muslim Network offers opportunities to engage with the Labour Party, community development opportunities, including training, capacity building, and campaigns to members, basically. That's what that is. Let's see their team. You want to see their team, right? And you know how good this site is. This is the Labour Muslim Network actual site. And if you click, just say, let me just click here. Let me just click this, bro. It's not there. It doesn't let you do it. All right? It's there. So that's there. So this is the people. The national chair is a guy called Ali Milani. You might know him. If you don't, you'll know him very soon. And there's the national vice chair is Samaya Afzal. Now, he's a former parliamentary candidate. He's a councillor of Heathrow Villages and the founding member. So he's the one who created it. He looks a bit like our brother Maya too. See, I did think there's a LBC thing I'm going to show you. I did think it was Maya. I was like, what? Have I got the wrong one here? And then we've got Mohammed Abjid and Obama and Mohammed Bucks and Ibrahim. We've got no white people. We've got no English people. This isn't for even the English British Muslims. There's none here. And there is a vacant chair. So there is an opportunity for one of the people to come in and say, we are a diverse group. Because at the moment, this looks like to me a Muslim supremacist organization. Now, am I wrong? Would you say that from that? If this was the Christian, what is it? The conservative Christian group, and it was all white people. People would say, "Hang on a minute, there's something wrong here. There was absolutely something wrong here." Well, I'm going to say it to them. So these are the people. I've lost. So Samaya Afzal. Let me just. I pulled up a little bit of a synopsis for her because I want everyone to understand what she does and what she's about. She's a Bradford Labour member, a community activist, and a political activist. She is the co-founder. In fact, let's get it to there. Let's get it to there. Right, you can see that now. In February 2026, parliamentary staff registered lists of Samaya Afzal Butt as working for the Labour MP Abstam Mohammed. Don't know if it's the same person or not. I'm not sure. Her activities is anti-Islamophobia, anti-racism campaigning, opposition to the government's Prevent Counter-Extremism program. So she doesn't want Prevent to be de-radicalizing Muslims, right? She doesn't mind probably de-radicalizing white working class kids, but anything else, no, it's not bad. It's not good. Muslim political participation, representation, youth working. She works for the Votes at 16 campaign. She's working on street harassment. You can get what she's doing, right? But the organisation she's involved with is Labour Muslim Network, the Labour Party, Momentum, which is a far left organisation within the Labour Party, the Muslim Council of Britain. What? Hang on a minute. Her networks and organisation are part of the Muslim Council of Britain, and she worked for Abbata Mohammed. You see, they don't deal with the Muslim Council of Britain. And this is why it's a backdoor. This is why this Labour Muslim network is a backdoor for higher funding and bigger players. She's part of the British Youth Council, National Union of Students. You get it. And she does students not suspects, which is basically she's the co-founder, and it's kids shouldn't be getting stopped and searched so much and all that type of stuff. Right. So we've got her. Let me just have a look at this chat a little bit while I've made notes as well, right? Because this is like an open investigation. When I say I do political investigations, normally I just cram it all in, and I'm like, and then a lot of the time I just not forget about it, I drop it. It's too much. So we're doing this one. We're going to do it together. We're going to go through and say, this is what we can get. This is what we can do. Oh, hang on a minute. So that's that. Let me just take rid of this one because I've got some more stuff of this girl. I've got some more stuff. There we go. Take you off. So this is her in her activism. So we can see with Andy, and he's got a Zoran. Who's Zoran? I wonder who. With Andy Burnham, is he King of the North? And then her group in America. Our time is now. We're going to get to that in the future, but let's see what some of her tweets say. In order to talk about supermajorities, Labour Muslims Network warned time and again that briefing against and marginalising Muslim politicians, members and supporters would backfire. apparently we weren't worth listening to. And that was to Lewis Goodall saying it's clear that Labour has, in the words, this was 2024, mind, in the words of one source, hemorrhaged the Muslim votes. West Street in just about hangs on, worried whispers about Birmingham, Ladywood and Blackburn. So at the time of that election, you know, they were active in saying, don't vote for Labour. They harassed them on the streets. They did all sorts of stuff. And it was clear that there was going to be a breakaway. Now we know why the breakaway was there. Maybe this was in my opinion and allegedly, because I've got to say this in these type of political streams, maybe it was higher people like the Muslim Council of Britain or someone like that. Who knows? I don't know. I have no idea. It's just my opinion, right? Here's another one. So she says, reforms the largest group in Bradford Council. This mic's a bit dodgy today. An anti-immigration group in power over a district proudly shaped by immigration. Be it Eastern European, Jewish, Caribbean, Christian, or South Asian Muslims. This is Keir Starmer's fault. That's what she is. She's a campaigner, right? She's an absolute campaigner. So we got that on there. This is her with I can't see that now. The national listening exercise. But on the other side, we've got the Muslim Council of Britain. So you can see why I'm saying that it's kind of like a back door. And this one here. Who would have thought it? That she is having pictures with Zara Sultana. Is there any more in this one? That's all in this one. So let's just go to the chat, see what the chat's saying. Oh, I can't go up. In this chat, I can't go up. So it's going to be the last 20 or something like that. So apologies. My apologies to anyone on Kick, as I can't see the chat at the moment. We've got Kick's gone a bit dodgy at the moment. I don't know why. They don't know what's going on, but there's a lot of stuff's not working on Kick at the moment. But thank you everyone that's going across. Oh, I'm getting a lot of these over here actually. I've got a lot of the Kicksters out here. I'm getting the messages. I'm not sure why when I leave the Kick screen and lose the chat, it disappears. I'm still trying to get used to it. Do you know what Kick is? It's just literally a streaming platform. It doesn't really have many bells and whistles, but it's important when I do get my act together really on Kick. 10:30, go on to Kick. I'll be live. You know, that's really as techno, as high tech as it is. But the people behind it, they were with Twitch. They had a fallout with Twitch. They didn't want to do gambling and that type of stuff. So they said, we'll do it ourselves. But there actually were streamers and they were getting information from streamers, Aidan Ross, Kai Sonati, all of these people. And it's gone a bit mad, but we're going to try and bring it back. Everyone's doing the IRL streaming and they're getting into fights or they're doing whatever. Unless you're Jim Skin, right? Everyone's just on the mad one. But I think it could be a good base for me. Rachel Reeves is to be put in charge of defence. Is that what they did? I know she got chucked out, but I don't think she is. She's not in defence. You're having a bubble there, aren't you? Oh, it's Submariner. How you doing, my friend? You're having a bubble on that one. Don't let Jamie see this. He'll have a breakdown. Hello, folks at London. The only women in here, and it's cursed. Why not? Why not? She's holding out for the women out there. I'm having a pint. What are you having? So it's a basic chat on there. We'll carry on with this then. So that was there. So that was that, right? That was who Samia Afzal is, and she's a main player. She's a main player in this bridge. She's one of the people on there. She's gonna be checking your details. She's not messing about. Absolutely not messing about on this one. So you got the Muslim Council of Britain. Just to recap, you got Samia Afzal. She's the founding member and the national chair of Labour, national vice chair, of the Labour Muslim Network. There's access to the internal Labour political sphere, let's just say. Right, so she was also a former Muslim Council of Britain figure. to hold a senior leadership position in this network that she's got. So I think that proves that they do deal with the Muslim Council of Britain. So let's go on to the other guy. This one here. Al Malani. So Al Malani is the Labour Muslim Network's national chair, the head honcho. So let's look see how big he is. Here's the Company's House, his records. 30th of April, confirmation statement for next year. Everything is going good. The activities is of a political organisation. So we come to this one and got the wrong one there. And there we go. Ali Reza Malani, he is the director of this group. He's done all the verifications, so he is the owner, right? It's important that we understand his position in there, because he's not like a spokesperson or someone who just comes in and out and does all these sorts of things. He is the owner. He holds a senior political leadership position there, and he owns the company. It's a registered company, and it's him. So why is that so important, Dan? Because during the 2020 leadership election, the Muslim Council of Britain, which he was a part of, they called on the Labour candidates to sign this type of the 10 commandments, the 10 things that we want, right? Their own announcement records, their own announcement. That doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't make sense. But basically, the Labour Muslim Network, their own announcement says that they are happy to join the Muslim Council of Britain in calling in our leadership contenders to back this 10-point pledge. Have I got the 10 points? I haven't even got the 10 points. Let me just get this here. I thought I did. Not to worry about that. Let's just put it here. Bang that there. Bang that there. Just do this. Here we go. So here is the 10-point pledge. Let me see. It needs to be bigger. This is what you get on this one for all the new people as well. We've got a few new people coming in. It ain't never going to be, one of those Candy style, slick, the Coach Colin slickness. We just sit and we just talk, and yeah, it happens. We fuck up sometimes. Right. So it says all Labour leadership candidates to sign up to the Muslim Council's 10 key pledges. The Muslim Council of Britain welcomes the firm commitments. This is 2020, and this is why I think they might have fell out. But firm commitments from all 5 Labour leadership hopefuls to support the 10 key pledges. Here we go. The spokesperson from the Labour Muslim Network said, the Labour Muslim Network, on behalf of the Muslim members of the Labour Party, is happy to join the Muslim Council of Britain, calling our leadership contenders to back this 10-point pledge. The Islamophobia within sections of our media, government and society is a crisis. The leadership candidate for His Majesty's official opposition must have it as a principal priority. This was in 2020, right? And all the people signed it, essentially. What were the pledges? What were they? This is what they were. Right. Can't do that. Ah, man. That was just one too much, brother. You're going to have to deal with it like that. The Muslim Council of Britain has conducted a detailed survey of its affiliates and wider Muslim communities, including speaking to over 500 Muslims across Britain about policies they want political parties to see. Number 1, tackle racism and Islamophobia. Adopt the APPG on British Muslims' definition of Islamophobia across the UK. Did they just do that? I'm pretty sure that they did. This is the power that they have. 2, religious liberty. Defend the rights of Muslims. and people of all faiths to express. This is rewind that again. They want the Labour leader in 2020, right? The leader of the opposition, Keir Starmer or Angela Rayner, or I think Westwood Treaty might have been in there somewhere. They wanted them to sign up to defend the rights of Muslims, the first bit, and then people of all faiths to express their faith and be that in religious clothing, food, and reasonable accommodation of religious observance. I don't know if you can hear that. Someone's came in the house. Someone has joined us, joined the membership. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Madhouse. Number 3, the engagements with Muslim communities. We want them to commit to proactively engage with a broad and representative spectrum of British Muslim communities. This is the Muslim Council of Britain's 10 pledges that they wanted them to sign. Number 4, safety at places of worship. Everyone should be safe at places of worship. But why are they using it for and funding safeguard visitors at places of worship by providing support and funding for any Muslim institutes to implement safety measures now in line with other faith groups? Now, remember when Southport happened? Do you remember when the one down in Eastbourne, the mosques were burnt in Eastbourne and something happened? Oh no, it was just he just wanted to give the money, wasn't it, to protect them? So he gave 112 million pounds to protect the mosques and Muslims in Southport, and I believe he gave a whole heap of money to protect or to help rebuild the burnt down mosque in Eastbourne. Now, that was Keir Starmer. Why? Because he said that he agreed with these. He signed it with these. And again, this is the power that they have, because once you do it, they're going to demand it. This isn't this is like a mafia. This is like a mafia when they walk into your business and they say to you, well, we want, you got to pay us protection. They said, no, I'm all right, actually. £100 a week, you're going to pay us. No, it's all right. And then they go out and they say, you got nice windows. And then the next day they're broken. The mafia comes in and says, well, you have to go to our people to be able to fix your windows, and we're going to pay you, we're going to charge you double. Do you want to get us to protect you? No. Nice windows get smashed again. This is what they are like. Effective health and elderly care services focus policy making on ensuring equity. We said this so many times. Equity. They say it in their publications for all sections of society, recognizing the gap in health and well-being standards, but particularly between older and elderly Muslims and the general public. Imagine Christians did this. Refugees. Encourage the resettlement of refugees across the UK, working with communities to address and tackle issues faced with refugees resettling in Britain. Remember what happens since 2020. Remember what happened, and then look at these. Full economic and social public participation. We need to get the alerts up, don't we? Let's go! Big support there. I can't see the alert, but I just remembered what the support is. I'm going to go into the alerts in a bit. I'm going to go into what's happening in a bit. But thank you. I will put your name up on the screen as well once we get to know it. Let me just bang this, because I put all these additional stuff on, so it's not at the top anymore. The criminal justice system address the disparity of treatment and outcomes for BAME people within the criminal justice system, rebuild trust with Muslim communities, equality in education, ensure a fair approach on educational provision for all children, with a syllabus that reflects the diversity of communities. So you got to put Muslim in there. What have we had? We've had more halal. We've had more prayer meetings. We've had more imams coming into schools and telling you how to pray. This is why. This is what they are doing. And support ethical foreign policy. LTG Welcome to the resistance. She become a member. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I always say she. I don't even know. Support a binding recognition of Palestine as an independent and sovereign state and address the human rights abuses abroad, including Kashmir, Jinping, and Myanmar. That's crazy, right? You could be like, how did they even get away with it? How did this Muslim Council of Britain? Oh, there they are. How did the Muslim Council of Britain? What was I on? All right, we'll just do this one. How can Rebecca Long Bailey, Jess Phillips, Keir Starmer, Lisa Nandy, Emily Thornberry are all standing to become the next the next leader of the Labour Party? All 5 leadership contenders signed up to the series of pledges following the promotion on the 15th of January by the Labour Muslim Network. So listen, here we go again. The Muslim Council of Britain, we can see it there, and the British and the Labour Muslim Network. But then we can see here, His Majesty's government does not engage with the Muslim Council of Britain. This is the problem. And it's going to get worse because this is just the people, two people who are connected with it. LTG, the member LTG has stated, I am a she, Danny, born female, always will be. Thank you for becoming a member. And remember, we'll do it later. We'll do it later on. Even Danny knows. Banned again. Wait there. I can't see it. Let me just move on to this one. Exactly what happened to the Englishman's chemist closed near to me years ago. They wanted to buy the chemist. He said no. After the windows broke 3-4 times, he sold it up to the Pakistanis. You know what, right? There's a thing I'm going to show you, right? It's a mad place, right? And you've got a chippy, an Indian shop, and a Chinese, right? There's all 3 next to each other, and the Indian's in the middle. I'm pretty sure. Anyway, but that Indian guy wants to buy the whole lot. He wants to buy the whole. He wants to make these restaurants and all this stuff. And he always says, "Oh, I'll buy it." No. But the 2 other sides have got really bad ratings because the Indian guy keeps like saying there's rats there. He'll throw it over, and the Chinese man's saying, "Listen, this is what he does. We ain't got rats. We're nice and healthy and all that. It's mental, absolute mental, and businesses get like that." 2C target audience is now Americans, getting over 30k audience per live stream. His reporting on Iran has consumed the channel. Yeah, he's Iranian. He's born in Tehran, just the same as this guy we're talking about now. That's where his first love's going to be. He was born there. That's his country, man. He's only here, and especially now, right? There's a lot of people who will be like, 2Z, fuck off. He's gone down a different route, right? Another route as well, which I can't really, I'm not really there for. But, he's in America now, I think. I'm sure he said he was going to go to America. And fair play to him. Good luck to him, He has to do what's good for his reporting and his channel. And he was, I wouldn't say he was a huge. He was good during Brexit. I wouldn't say he was a huge channel. Obviously, bigger than us, right? Obviously, Dan, you're chatting shit. But I wouldn't say it was like a huge channel to be able to go over to America to open up a network to then be able to still garner the support that he gets. But he does do a lot of speeches, a lot of conferences in Israel and in where's the other places? Oh no, it's only there, right? And America as well. He's done a few conferences there and a lot of conferences here with ARC and all that type of shit. So he is well known in the sphere. So he doesn't really need to do the podcast or anything like that. But yeah, fair play to him. Curse, that's what I heard coming down the steps of Downing Street by mainstream media reporter. Rayner might get. I thought Rayner was going to get the housing. Day after 7/7 bombings, Blair had the Muslim Council of Britain in number 10. Yeah, I'm gonna download something as well, right, about Sharia law. Should we do it? Should we do what I always do and just go on a mad tangent, right? Totally against what I was going to be doing, totally against what what the thing is, and do it, because that's what the chat is doing. The chat is directing me. Oh, I've already got it in there. The chat is directing that this is what we do. I can't go against the chat. No, but it's important. It's important. I'm going to forget about it, so I'll put it up there now. Media. It's going to put it as media. I can't be asked. Telegram. Telefono. Right there.
So this is great news. The UK is proposing changes in the law if you marry in the UK with
you're going to say, Dan, I can't hear this.
nikah, or a marriage that's not recognised as a civil marriage in the UK.
And if you can hear an echo, let me know, because I've got it up louder here, and I'm sick and tired of having the earphones in. So I'm using speakers, but sometimes it picks it up. So listen to this.
It is proposing changes in the law if you marry in the UK with a nikah, or a marriage that's not recognised as a civil marriage in the UK. This is great news, because if you married out of the country, it's recognised as a marriage in law. So for example, if there was a problem and you needed to uphold it, you could do it if you married out of the country. But if you married in the UK as a nikah, for example, or any other form of marriage, then it's not recognised in law if required to. But consultation ends in September this year, and they're proposing to recognise the nikah that was carried out in the country. I think that's good news, don't you guys? Especially for those who like to... So imagine, what law are they going to apply to it then? I mean, is it going to be like Sharia law? Or is it going to be common law? Whatever law it is, as long as it's in favour of females, I don't mind.
So you see that? You see that? This is how they get these laws through, right? So what we're going to do is we're gonna instead of making it legal if it's abroad and not legal if it's here, we're gonna make it here. And that she just said, what law is that gonna be? Is it gonna be common law or Sharia law? Well, it has to be Sharia law, won't it? Because it will be under their customs. Absolutely, 100% crazy. This is the things with the Muslim Council of Britain. And again, everyone's talking about the Fabians and giving these people a clean run. They must have been laughing when Rupert Lowe said about it. They must be thinking, do you know what? No one's going to be even saying anything about us. But I'm here and I'm going to say it, because it gets a lot worse. Absolutely gets a lot worse, because now we've got a documented pathway. We know that the Muslim Council of Britain formulates the political demands. The Labour Muslim Network promotes those demands inside of Labour, and the Labour candidates or leaderships or whoever, they sign up to it. Just think about that for a second. It comes from the top. It's like a business, right? It comes from the top. Then they say to the activists, and the activists pressure the parliamentarians, and they will say, and 2020, no, the last one, 2024, probably they said, we don't speak to any of you lot now. And they were like, right, okay then, you want to see our power? You want to see our power? We can put up against your top people, we can put up nobodies, and we can tell the community to vote for them, and the majority of them will listen to us. They won't care who they're voting for. They'll listen to Islam. That's a huge, huge problem. So whilst we're on that subject, because it does.
So this is great news. The UK.
It does actually segue into it quite nicely. Actually, we want to see what that guy, what he says, Ali Malani. Not sure
There's
which
no
one
secret that
is
Good question.
Sorry.
Comments around sectarian
Here we go.
Comments around sectarianism are just the kind of rank racism that I and many Muslims have become accustomed to in our politics, unfortunately. It seems like British Muslims are the only people in this country who are just not allowed to vote in their interest and on the issues that they're passionate about. I'll give you an example. If Ukrainian British voters voted on issues based on foreign policy, no one would bat an eyelid and say that's perfectly reasonable. But when Muslims do it, it's called sectarianism, it's called Islamism, by people who don't have the basic human courage to just say what they believe. And that's Muslims are only acceptable when they vote the right way. Bunkering down into this sort of racist rhetoric around sectarianism and Muslims is only going to harm the Labour Party in the long run. I feel like I've been in a little bit of a sort of gaslighting Groundhog Day. We warned them, I personally on this platform warned them about Muslim communities being angry and frustrated at the Labour Party. I was laughed at and told that wasn't going to happen. We warned them about losing votes to the Greens, for example, and were told that's not going to happen. This is Labour versus Reform. We warned them about blocking Andy Burnham, who was clearly popular in Manchester, also amongst the Muslim community, by the way, and we were told that wasn't going to happen. So it leaves me thinking, either some people very senior who think they're smart in my party are delusional, or their ideology is hell-bent on destroying the Labour Party.
See, that was on LBC as well. Probably James O'Brien's show. We've got Roy here going to be converting to Islam and going to Speaker's Corner. Let me know when you do that. You might need a bit of backup on that one. If the will is there, there's always a way. There is with everything, with everyone. So that person there is saying basically they've got sectarian policies, and he said it out there. He said it out loud. He said there's a lot of support with Muslims with Andy Burnham. What he actually means is Andy Burnham is backed by me. I am the CEO of the Labour Muslim Network, and I can speak to the Muslim Council of Britain because I used to work there. I was part of their organisation, and they will give me the directions and they will give me the conversations to be having with all of you lot. And it's very funny and it's not even funny, but it is funny that Andy Burnham, he got blocked. Remember, he got blocked from that little thing they had in the Labour Party when the mayor can't go and run for MP. He got blocked that. Then all of a sudden, just like that, someone who's very favourable in the Muslim community, someone who has this guy is his chief campaigner. There you go. We're going to get to it in a minute anyway. So, I'm not letting the cat out of the bag too much. He's the chief campaigner, right? And he's connected to a lot of people as well. So it's only him. Then all of a sudden, oh, well, okay. Yeah, we'll let Andy Burnham do it. We'll let him do it. We're going to give him a nice, easy seat. And then he's all of a sudden selected to be the Prime Minister, where Streeting didn't want to know. All of a sudden, he's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm not dealing with the mafia. I'm not dealing with the Muslim mafia. That's what he's saying. That's exactly what he is saying. Let me get my little note. I've forgotten where I am now. I've forgotten where I am. Yes, so that's it. In 2024 as well, that general election, the mobilization of their people, like I said earlier, you can see it. The Muslim Council of Britain, they highlighted that 70% of their respondents to a newsletter or a poll or whatever they did considered that Gaza was very important into how they vote. And they then told all of the people who wanted to get their vote you've got to support Gaza. Here's their literature. It's not, I'm not just saying this. I'm coming here with the facts. The Muslim Council of Britain's campaign in partnership with the Joseph Rotary Reform Trust. Hang on a minute. Let's do some investigations. Let's do some investigations, because that name there has just rung a very big bell. Is that on the screen? That's not even on the screen. That is amazing. What was it? What was we doing the other day? I've got so many things here. The Burnham network, wasn't it? Right, so it's this one, and I want to. Oh no, it's got to be. I've got so many things up. You know what? I'm going to do it later. I'm going to do it. I'm not going to show it on the screen because it's too. No, I can't even get it now. Oh, I've screwed it right up. Oh, it's here, isn't it? There we go. So the Joseph network. Let me go into here. Who was it? Here we go. Graham Cook, the head of the policy unit. The head of the. Oh, you know what I can do? I can get it to you guys. I've just got to put it here. Remember, I need the third screen. We all need to see the third screen, because it's going to be a lot easier just to quickly flip across to screen. Two wasn't enough. Two screens just wasn't enough. Browser. There I am. I did this before I knew about, what's going on or whatever. And this Graham Cook, head of policy unit, policy operator from Demos, IPPR, and Joseph Rowntree Foundation. So all of that was just literally for that. I'll keep you there. So, they're in that as well. That's another thing that we got to look at. And it's aimed at encouraging greater political participation within the Muslim communities ahead of an upcoming general election. The current political landscape begins increasingly challenging for British Muslims. The Muslim Council of Britain remain dedicated in our efforts to support politics of inclusion and fair representation. In other words, they're going to lobby everyone to make sure they put Muslims first. According to the 2021 census, there are nearly 3.9 million Muslims in England and Wales. There's a bit of a tactic there. With a significant number of young Muslims now eligible to vote, and this will be the first time at the ballot box. The war in Gaza will be a crucial issue for many voters. So this is where it all come from. Them doing it on Gaza all came from this. In a recent survey conducted by the Labour Muslim Network in partnership with Salvation, a staggering 70% of respondents ranked the issue as very important onto how they will vote. The General Secretary of the Muslim Council of Britain, Zahra Mohammed, said for over 2 decades, the Muslim Council of Britain has been dedicated to supporting Muslim communities in engaging with politics. The act of voting in an election is a powerful means of reflecting our collective values, aspirations, which we must utilize as our democratic right. And then it just goes on. I'll finish it off. There are many issues British Muslims will be concerned about: the soaring cost of living, the state of the NHS, the educational opportunities, the climate crisis, the alarming rise of Islamophobia. However, the forefront of these concerns is the ongoing war in Gaza. So they're telling me the ongoing war in Gaza, the Palestine war, they're more concerned about that than the soaring cost of living, than the state of the NHS. They're like, you know what? I can't even get an operation. I can't get no educational opportunities. My kids can't get it. And there's so much Islamophobia. But do you know what keeps me up at night? The war in Gaza. It's absolute horseshit, right? But they've used that. They've put it here. The Muslim Council of Britain encourages everyone to register to vote, participate in local hustings, and engage in the upcoming election. And they did that because I remember a few of them were running down the street. A few people were running down the street because they had mobs of Muslim men chasing them. And let's not get this wrong as well, right? For the lefties who are going to come and review this tomorrow. This isn't a Muslim thing. You're going to think it is a Muslim thing, but this is a Muslim organizations, many Muslim organizations, and the back door that's been opened. So obviously I'm going to be talking about Muslims. Very, very clear. Just so you know, you can put that in your little video. Let's have a look at this. I went to a Muslim birthday party. Musical chairs were a little slow, but pass the parcel was way too fast. Once we reach 30% of Muslim population, this country is fucked because they will all vote 30. They will all vote 30% of votes wins elections now. Exactly, and that's what you just said there. They encourage people to register to vote. Once we reach that point, God forbid, we'll have a revolution. The new halal slim fast, putting a slim back into. I was at the mosque on Friday. I broke the world record leapfrog number, but had 100 Muslims chase me down the street afterwards. XO, what did XO say? It's worrying, mate. It is worrying. You know, we can laugh at it now. It is worrying. It's even more worrying for me, right? I got young girls, right? And already we're seeing a change of place, and I'm not sure what's going on, but what I do know is the village is very, very small, and they like putting large numbers of people in very small villages, right? And over the last 6 weeks, there's a whole lot of people who don't belong here. It's like, who the fuck are these? And when I look at after midnight blacks, right? You know, the purple ones, the ones that are like, yo, you have had generations after generations after generations of just blacking it out, right? That's how dark you are. You ain't from round here. You ain't from this country. You are a new arrival. But I have no idea where they come from. But we've got lots of farms. So maybe they're putting them on the farms. Maybe they're paying them. And this is the thing, right? And this is what I want to. I'm gonna start looking at. But we've got 10 weeks of summer now, so it's gonna go very, very slow for me. But I want to know if the farms have been paid off, right? You don't see them doing much stuff. A lot of them are doing wheat and sweet corn, or is it barley? A lot of them are doing wheat, barley, and sweet corn. Very, very cheap. You know, it's a staple thing. They can get rid of it. It doesn't really matter even if they don't get rid of it. But they've been paid off. And I think they've been paid off because those farms are very, very big. They've all got sleeping quarters for probably 100 or 200 people, which you could double that to 400 easily to put an extra bed in or 2 beds in all of them. So I'm thinking that's what's happened. But you can't get on the farms. So we have to do it the old school way and walk through, you know, find the green paths and go through. But if you've got a farm near you, or if you know them around or whatever, XO will know actually. There's farms around. Oh no, I don't think you. I think you're more central, aren't you? But yeah, but like Maidstone Ways, and when you're going up to Smarden and all that, I'm pretty damn sure that something's going on. USA are in stage 2 of Islamic takeover. Oh, let's hit the USA. That was another segue, but I think there's one more thing I've got to talk about before we do that. Yes, there's another group of people. So this other group of people is these ones. All right, you're going to love these ones. The Centre for Media Monitoring, champion a fair, accurate and responsible media landscape. Okay, so we go to this one. About as why do we exist? Extensive research and lived experience shows that mainstream media coverage of Islam and Muslims has real-world conversations. So this is another company that specializes in Muslims and Islam. Inaccuracies, stereotyping, and negative framing fuel misunderstanding, mistrust, and hostility, and even can contribute to hate crime. The CFMM addresses these challenges constructively. That's a thing you got to look for. CFMM. If you see that in this organization, then you know where it's coming from because I've brought it here. Cutting edge AI technology enables us to identify inaccuracies and harmful narratives in real time, spot patterns and trends, and produce in depth reports with up to the minute statistics, which we share with media outlets or we just share with the government. Regulators and policymakers to raise the reporting standards. There's loads of stuff here. Report a problematic media or corrections if something's here. Bias framing the headline, misattributing claims in BBC report on Villa Maccabi Tel Aviv. Ban misreporting of the J statistics, the Times. So they're going after people. So the BBC, women abused as children by Rotherham gangs, says police, also sexually assaulted them. This campaign flagged inaccuracies stating 1,400 girls were abused by mainly Pakistani heritage gangs in Rotherham. The CFMM clarified the report refers to approximately 1,400 children in total, with no ethnic or gender breakdown, and requested the corrections and notes acknowledging the error. See, this is what they do. These people troll the internet and they try to put pressure on people to change their headlines. Again, it's another arm of the big Muslim Council of Britain. Then you got the Labour Muslim network, and then you got these. But the people behind these is somebody called Mikad Versi and Rizwana Hamid. I don't know. So what are they about, do you reckon? Would they be with Andy Burnham? I don't know, because I can't see my OBS. 7A. I've lost it now. I've absolutely lost it. I was doing so well as well. Yeah, 7A. This is what I need to do. 7A, and they go and say, all right, cool, and they just do it all for me. I need to get to that level because it just slows everything down. But here we go. So here's them, some of the people. Here's a gentleman we're going to go and speak to. Oh, you can't see that, can you? Because it's on my screen. And here's some more stuff. Fighting the far right. It's just a bit of a close-up, just so a bit of dramatics there. This is that one. We've got Dawn Butler MP, John McDonnell, Momentum. Dawn Butler's in there somewhere. The person we spoke about earlier on, she's there. How Zohra Madami won and how progressives can win too. And this is the Ali guy. And the other two, the two people of the counter. They're in it somewhere. They're in this picture here. So again, they're all connected to Labour. The gentleman at the lectern, the gentleman that is Stephen Timms. So we know now that they do deal with the Muslim Council of Britain, because we can see it there. We can absolutely see it there. Right. I've got one more bit that we can go to as well. So now the pathway we've got, it's getting bigger, isn't it? We've got the Muslim Council of Britain. We've got the Centre for Media Monitoring. We've got Verzi and Hamid. And they are at the Labour Muslim Network conferences on these political panels with Labour MPs and ministers like Dawn Butler, John McDonnell, and Stephen Timms. Right? So they're lying from the start. Lying from the start. So even where the formal engagements, the formal ministerial or Labour engagements with the Muslim Council of Britain is banned. The Muslim Council of Britain associates and their policymakers and the policy arguments, they still enter Labour spaces through the Labour Muslim Network, through their conferences, through their projects, through their panels, and that remains an influence, right? It's not a total hypothesis. We have facts behind it. So let's go to Stephen Timms, because he was participating in an Islamophobia panel with that Versi and Hamid. So that was the second picture there with him standing up on there. But the issue is that the government says again that they do not engage with them. So the question is that I want to put to people, if I can get it right, is again, do you think that they are engaging directly, but they're doing it through the back door? So you guys do not know. And do you feel maybe, possibly, that Andy Burnham, all he is, he's been selected, remember? All he is now, he is the puppet that we have been worrying about for so long. And I think he is. I think he's totally backed by the Muslim Council of Britain. I think Starmer wasn't, to a degree. Lord Addy was there trying to do the thing, but I think he liked Ukraine a little bit too much. And that diverted his attention away from the job that they had planned for him. Because remember, he went from a very bad Captain Hindsight to this forensic MP that couldn't do his job. So now I think they said, you know what, scrap that, let's get Burnham in. Phones up, make sure that he can be an MP. All right then, boss. Right. None of you fuckers get Wes Streeting in there. Wes, come here. You walked into, this is what happened. Do you remember when you walked into Downing Street? This is what happened, right? This is what happened. See, this is allegedly, no, it's not even allegedly, right? This is my opinion, what could have happened, right? So he's walked in there and they're all saying he's going to go and give it to Keir Starmer. He's storming in, he kicks the door open and he's like, Keir. And who's there is all the Muslim brothers. And they're saying, Wes, you can't do it. We've already told Burnham he is the Prime Minister. He's going to be the Prime Minister. Now fuck off. And he comes out within 10 minutes. And Wes Streeting, what did you say to the Prime Minister? Oh, he must have gone in there and kicked off. Nah, he went in there. The mullahs were there and they said, fuck off. And he had to go. That's what I think happened in a funnier type of way. So his gets to the good part of the whole situation. And why is it a good part? Because it shows a very communist style approach. Because all of these people, all of the Labour movement network, the Labour Muslim Network, they all love Mandani. They've all worked for Mandani. They've all been there from him. Zohran Mandani, he is a democratic socialist. They love that word. Andy Burnham, the Muslim Council of Britain, they love the fact democratic socialist. Now, I believe in my hypothesis that people like Mandani, people like AOC, people like Ilhan Omar, with the Muslim Council of Britain, right? With the people in Australia, with the people all around the world, are all connected. And now it's their time that they're slowly putting up the pressure. They're ramping up a little bit. Have we got the power? Have we got the concentration of votes? Let's test it out now. I believe that is exactly what they're doing. Because I can say to you now, how the hell can this guy from the UK who he just owns that place. He's doing this. Grateful to Zohran Mamdani and the team for inviting us to the historic inauguration in New York City, a huge moment for progressives across the world, the Western world. Here, it's been a wild few days in US Congress. The highlight is spending some time with the one and only representative, whatever it's called, Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez, AOC. From New York City to London, we face the same challenges. We've got to do London next. We've got to do London next. All of my things are out of sync now, right? All of them. Every single one of them. So let's just do this one at the end of it. Thankful for the time I was able to spend with representative. I don't know, what are they called? I've forgotten. Is it representative? It might be. Rashida Tlaib and Summer Lee in the United States Congress yesterday. Powerful progressive voices who are helping to change the world. This is what these people are doing. And he is... the team. Don't want to try it for 3 months for free, bruv. No. Coming Andy Burnham, hot pink. I can't find it now. Zohran Mamdani won because he knew when to be online and when not to. He was credited for being popular on TikTok, but New York's new mayor spent time on the streets. Right? So what's Andy Burnham done? All these people want me to pay stuff. Already he has been running with Mo Farah. He's been out on the streets. He didn't have a lectern today because he's one of the people. He was in Gravesend the other day. He's always up in Manchester saying, I'm going to do the North 10. It's this type of movement, right? Zohran. Imagine that, right? Remember when we used to watch Big? I'm sure it was a Zohran machine when you put the coin in. Who would have thought that in that city they would have a mayor called Zohran? Right. So Zohran Mamdani's new mayor campaign set new standards for how Democrats can communicate online because they're democratic socialists. It's this digital savviness and authentic engagement with social media platforms to which pundits across the political spectrum have attributed Mamdani's triumphant and decisive win on Tuesday night. From the start, his team outclassed his opponents online and publishing highly produced videos that reached massive audiences. It's something that Nigel Farage is doing as well. Everyone knows that the place is online. That's where you can do it. For the past few months, feeds have been filled with fan cams, fan art, and videos created not just with Mandani, but for him. This form of participation online fandom was traditionally reserved for celebrities and musicians like Taylor Swift, Soros, and K-pop idols. The young voters who came out in support of Mandani in droves this week grew up engaging with their faves online in this way, establishing something incredibly rare for a 34-year-old mayor-elect, a fandom. Right? So that's what they've got there. I can't find. I think I've clicked off it, to be fair. Where these. Wait there. Wait there. It's that one. So we know that these Muslim, Labour Muslim networks, they're now on both sides of the Atlantic. They're doing the same things as what they did for Andy Burnham, as what they're doing for Zoran. If we look at this one, if we look at this, and we look at Matthew McGregor, the head of political strategy, he was doing Obama 2012 as a digital rapid response director. So these people have been in America for a long time. They've been using and abusing Americans for many years, even, you know. Islamophobia workshops. Right, so I think that's all for that one. Let me just put this video up. These ones.
Comments around sectarianism.
No, they're not.
Good question for you. Why are British politicians such losers?
I think because they have.
I was obviously.
Remember what they're saying. They want to try and get with the people. They want to try and get with the people, the young kids, the people who don't really understand much, through online fandom. And there's another person who also is with the Muslims. The Muslims have co-opted the Green Party. And is that another thing that the Muslim Council of Britain said that that's where you need to do? Is that why it's so easy to let them in?
Such losers.
I think because they have.
They're weird. I was obviously provocative, but they're weird. They're like whenever I'm in, I don't know about you, but whenever I'm in any sort,
he looks too much like Mayo. He was born in the same place. I think he's the same age.
social situation, not all of them, obviously. There's some really good ones, but like they're so weird.
Is it me, chat? Is it me? Is that face too familiar?
They struggle to connect with human beings so much. Why is that the case?
I think it's two things. One, I think it's what we were just talking about. They've never had, a lot of them have never had real jobs. So they've always lived in these strange bubbles where connecting on a human level that isn't about policy detail or how can you one-up someone is really alien to them. I've met politicians who I know have spoken to other people in their party and gone, what's he up to? Because he's really nice. And they're just like, oh no, he's just like that. And you know, I'm not saying I'm not political sometimes. I'm highly political. I can be highly tribal sometimes. But I also think creating human connections, even with people you vehemently disagree with, is a really important part of having political discussion.
These are the conversations now, and this makes me feel like it's all been planned from the start, to be honest.
There's no secret that Nick Timothy has a rabid, unhealthy obsession with Muslims. Anyone who just logs onto his Twitter account will see that.
Let's try and destroy Nick Timothy. But furthermore, he looks too much like Maya.
This guy like wakes up thinking about us and goes to sleep thinking about us. What he said was patently absurd, deeply offensive and bigoted, in my view. Kemi Badenoch and the Conservative Party chairman, who's also backed it now, are just doing a really poor pound shop impression of reform because they don't know where else to go politically. The reality is there are a group of people, and it's not just Nick Timothy, people like Claire Coutinho and others, who don't have an answer to the problems, right? So they need your listeners to hate something and hate someone, to fear something and fear someone, and they've chosen that Muslims are going to be that. There's no secret.
So that's him. So he's been told by the Muslim Council of Britain That's what you've got to do. That's what you've got to say. I don't even think I've got any more. I've got any more of these things now. So now, just to finish it off, really, Mamdani, he kind of developed this new kind of political model, which was a populist left, I guess. We talk about the populist right. So if he wants to engage in this fan behavior, remember he had the TikTok and it was M.A. Mamdani. It's Mamdani, right? So he's created this kind of populist left, even though, you know, they don't like populism in politics. He's he's brought the identity and community together. So we are the left, we are the what did he say? The democratic socialists. And there was a huge volunteer mobilization program, and they managed to smash it. Something that, again, also someone like Rupert Lowe is starting to do. And it's not just because he's got rich backers and that type of stuff, you know, but he is relevant in the whole story because the Labour Muslim network, they've followed publicly, they've supported publicly, they've helped campaign with them, and they have studied that campaigns that he did. They have studied the campaigns that other people have done, and then they are involved in Andy Burnham's digital operations. So you are going to be seeing a lot more digital manipulation, a lot more propaganda over things like TikTok, over things like X. I don't think he'll even post much on X. He'll be going Instagram, he'll be going TikTok, he'll be going Facebook. Guess where I'm going? I'm going Facebook. I'm going Instagram. I'm going TikTok. You have to kind of counter these people. He won't do a lot on YouTube either. He won't do a lot on YouTube. So the two people, to wrap it up, the two people who are the heads or the main people of the Labour Muslim network, they are in cahoots with all these other companies, all these other NGOs, all these other places, and the Muslim Council of Britain, and with Mamdani, and with American progressives in the White House, which is absolutely crazy, absolutely crazy that this has just happened under the radar. What's this is the last thing? Right, there was one more thing. And I kind of missed the most important thing. Imagine that. And that's why it's good to have notes. Well, for me, because I go on a bit of a tangent, but I don't think we've been on a tangent today. I think we've got all the information out. I think we've done it. It's a bit slow. We can do it a little bit faster before, you know, get the energy up a little bit more. Labour door knockers are nervous. They're nervous by it. Andy Burnham supporters are increasingly optimistic about Makerfield. Visitors to the Makerfield constituencies were met with a sea of turquoise, in Nigel Farage's own words, as Reform UK voters proudly bear their allegiance in the form of posters, garden stakes, and even custom-made flags. So listen to this. This was on the 11th of June. Sienna Rogers has said that Andy Burnham supporters were optimistic, but when they went to Makerfield, they were met with a sea of turquoise, and yet they got over double what would all the other parties would have got. Remember what the digital soldiers do. They've been to Mamdani. They've got the Muslim Council of Britain funding, maybe. They've got all of these things covered. They know exactly what they're doing. They've got the Generation Z, or whatever you want to call them, of politics that are going to be merging politics with social media. And the Labour activists and those around Andy Burnham are increasingly confident about winning this tricky by-election. Remember, He won by so much. So if they didn't know that before, something happened. They cite poor performance of Reform candidate Robert Kenyon on question time as a key factor. Some also report that Farage's reaction to the police failure of the Henry Novak murder, in which he called for pure cold rage. Burnham backers have concluded that there is now a shy Andy vote. Do you know what a shy Andy vote is? I'll tell you exactly what a shy Andy vote is. It's a stolen election. That's when they say it's a shy. It's like it's a lone gunner. It's a lone wolf terrorist attack. That to me says there's a huge fucking network behind them, and they don't want you to fucking know. They want you to believe this guy who murdered Anne Whitcomb. They want you to believe that he had terrorist material in the house, or he had something that was able to prepare a terrorist event. And he was a retard, and he was a loner, and all these things. It's a lie. They're selling an absolute lie, because if that was the case, they would have charged him, put him in courts on Monday. They are scraping and deleting his footprint, his digital footprint, his paper trails, everything. They know exactly who he's connected to, and they went to the boss and they said, "Listen, this is what's happening." And the boss says, "You can't let it out, geez. You can't let it out. There's no chance whatsoever you can let out that situation." And that's what we're seeing here. He's gone to the boss and he says, "Listen, how are we gonna steal the election? Of course we are. We need Andy Burnham to win." I will just say there's a shy Andy vote. You know what we can also do? We can also bring in other parties who are hell bent on taking on reform. Hell bent on taking on reform, because that way we can legitimize where the votes were going. We can say, "Oh, look, it's because of that scrap that didn't work." Somewhere where before they said they walked into it and it was a sea of turquoise. If you're describing something as a sea of turquoise, you best believe that place or that area is full of turquoise. You're not going to say this is a reform area. You don't say, you don't go in a place when they say there's no blacks in here and you see loads of blacks. No, you're going to see no blacks. You're not going to be a white person and they say there's no whites in here, and you look around and you're like, there's pure whites in here. It's going to be zero. So when somebody said it's a sea of turquoise, it was a strong hold for Labour. The polls said it, the people said it, the politicians said it, everyone said it. And this is how it's got stolen. Got stolen off the people just to put Burnham in with his team of hope not hate people and all sorts of stuff. We'll do it. I'm on one now. I'm on one. Right, with Matthew McGregor, ex-Hope Not Hate, with Alison Phillips, Hope Not Hate director, Graham Cook, head of the policy unit. He is the IPPR research fellow and associate director. He's worked for the Department of Work and Pensions as an expert advisor. He's the head of Demo's website, the Open Left Project, the Joseph Rowntree Foundation. Now we know where the Joseph Rowntree Foundation's come from. We've got James Purnell of the Fabens as well. We've got Hayden Monroe, Ardent Strategies, Labour Public Affairs Ecosystem. So these people, they know how to do digital politics, and they're all part of the same cloth. 38 Degrees is a grassroots campaign platform. Another one. The think tank is a Labour intellectual project. More in Common, research agency, Labour Together. These people are all connected to it. Everyone is connected. And to be honest with you, it fucking stinks. Absolutely stinks of corruption. Absolutely. The Guardian, which I can't get into, that reported that Burnham's digital communications operation was expected to include Milani and Tomlinson. The other politics one I can't get into because they paywalled it, said that Malani was one of Burnham's social media figures, a key social media figures, and filmed Burnham's campaign material in Makerfield and Manchester. So now we've got Ali Malani. Then below that, we've got the chair and corporate controller of the Labour Muslim Network. That's what he is. Then he is also publicly interested and supportive of the Mandani's campaign model. Oh. Then he managed the digital output and all the digital footprints of Andy Burnham's Makerfield campaign, which he won. It got 30,000 people. I think it's stolen. But if it wasn't, he used social media as a propaganda material. It's unbelievable. And he's reported as part of Burnham's emerging superstar team in the communications field. That's what he's going to deal with. And yeah, so that to me shows that Burnham is opening the back door. The back door is there. So Burnham cannot come out and say he doesn't deal with the Muslim Council of Britain. Burnham can't come out and say that he doesn't deal with Muslims. Burnham can't come out and say that he doesn't deal with these activist pressure groups. Expect Iran. Expect something on the Gaza Strip. Expect all of these things to come through because the bosses have told him. And I do genuinely believe that this is the first puppet, absolute puppet, has no ideas of himself, has agreed to go in there to do this job. And that was the final curtain for me. I always said that when the puppet, and I thought, to be honest, I thought it was Nigel Farage. When a man stands there and he's an absolute puppet for for a different regime behind him, that's when we can't win. That's when it's game or lose. We've got one chance now. I thought it was Zia Yusuf and Nigel Farage, but I don't think it is. Everything that I know and everything that I've investigated, and this is only number one, right? So this is only me just getting a bit here, getting a bit there. I'm not really too, I'm not too on the facts about it. I don't understand it too much, the connections. So it's a working hypothesis or whatever. Do you know what I mean? It's a work in progress. And I want you guys to go away. I want you guys to research the Labour Muslim Network. I want you lot to do the Muslim Council of Britain. I don't want you, to be fair, I don't want anyone to be even entertaining the bullshit that's going on online at the moment. Right? Me included. I've done a lot of it at last. I think I've got it out of my system. I've done a lot of it. It consumes you. It consumes what I do. I need to be concentrating on this network, the back door, because to me it's wide fucking open. And that is such a... And that's why he walks with and he's got such a smirk on him because he's got one over on us, on every single one of it. And to be honest, and Roy's in here, me and Roy have battled. And probably will keep battling as well. But there's got to be a time when I've got to say, well, how are we going to win this? Is the majority of people going to go to reform? So we hold our nose and we've got to kind of promote that. Are Restore Britain, are they the real deal? I generally don't think they are. Are the Conservatives going to come back with someone else than Kemi Badenoch? There's no one left. This is a time of serial political contemplation. The Times have reported, can I get the Times? No? Why are all these ones under a paywall? So the Times reports that Burnham's operation uses these quick responses, little shots, little social media, pop, 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 and then they will then get into these fan edits, like the Rupert Lowe ones where they do the Chad. I was going to say Christopher Tate. Andrew Tate's a master at it. That type of stuff to get this kind of fandom going on. They'll do a lot more informal videos and they will be doing more targeted but high frequency posting on social media because it's not him, it's his team. The content is going to be TikTok and Instagram. Right? Just watch it. Just watch it. It's going to be very, very much for the kids as well. Under 16s can vote. It's going to be targeted to them, and we need to tackle this hardcore. And that's it. There is literally, you can see it, the similarity between the two campaigns, Makerfield and Mamdani's. You can see it. The people who were at Mamdani's were also at Makerfield. It doesn't mean that there's a connection between Mamdani and Burnham, them being, you know, a personal advisors or whatever. It doesn't do that. It doesn't prove that Burnham has adopted his whole ideology of the democratic socialist, but I think he has. And it doesn't even prove that there is some kind of coordinated international globalist operation. But I think there is. And this is what I do with my investigations. I start here. When I'm gone for a few days, you know, a week or whatever, I start and I just kind of hyper focus on it. So the complete network that I feel has happened is, you got the government, to wrap it up, you got the government, they've stated they've got a non-engagement with the Muslim Council of Britain. Then you got the Muslim Council of Britain below that, right? We're not with you, but we're just gonna be close. They've got their figureheads of Samaya Afzal. She's the Muslim, the Labour Muslim Network leadership. She's in there. They pledged that. Did they pledge? No, the Muslim Council of Britain tells this other group all what they want to do. They said they'll bring it inside Labour. Then they use joint research to put pressure on the election, which is what happened. They get a lot of Muslims mobilised, and that scared the Labour Party, especially when behind the closed doors they knew that the Muslim Council of Britain had told them, this is the demands. If you don't do the demands, which you're not doing it at the moment, we're going to tell our people to vote someone else. And that's what they did, right? Then you've also got Ali Milani, and he is close to Mamdani. I've missed a big chunk somewhere. Either way, Muslim Council of Britain, Labour Muslim network, they're in cahoots with each other on either side. In the middle, you've got the government saying, no, we don't do it. Then you've got identical campaign strategies that have identical results. Mamdani got so many fucking votes. Burnham got so many votes. No one was expecting it, but it happened. Was it stolen somewhere along the line? Allegedly, I believe, I think, whatever. It was a stolen vote somewhere, whether it was social media propaganda or it was, let's just have a few extra votes. Let's just put in a few extra postal votes. Let's just make sure X, Y, and Z, because you know that the Labour Muslim Network, they say you've got to vote. They say you've got to be registered to vote. And then they said you've got to vote for the Gaza people. So all of this together, I believe, yeah, that's it. What do you reckon? That's it. That's all we're going to do now. I'm going to leave the rest till another time. It's nearly 1 o'clock. I've done it again. I was only supposed to come on for a bit. Oh, it's only a couple of hours because I started at 11. So yes, loads of Labour Party tweets got wiped by MI5. They're in on it as well. Makerfield returning officer is best friends with Burnham for years. He worked on $1 million housing fiddle. Now that's interesting. That's interesting because they need, if they're going to steal a vote, they need somebody in there. And the returning officer is going to be one of the greatest persons to be in there. Because he won't be able to, he'll be able to fiddle it because, he'll be able to fiddle it because he's the person in charge. So if there's illegal activities happening, he can either look at it or overlook it. Dan, what's the good news? What's the good news? Do you know what the good news is? I know about it. You know about it. We all know about it. That's great news, because if we didn't know about this, it would keep going on. It would keep happening. And we just need to make sure that the eyes on the ball, the eyes on the ball, that our eyes are on the ball, and we're not missing the trick. But listen, right? Imagine that. Just imagine that. We know now that they didn't want us to know. We know the major things, which is this. I just deleted it. Oh, I just deleted it. We know that they've said, that the Labour Party have said they don't deal with it. We know that everything that's happened now, we can map it to the Muslim Council of Britain. That's incredible. They don't want us to do that. I can guarantee you now, some shit's going to happen. The shit's going to hit the fan with me. They're going to see this and they're going to say, Dan is on it. Let us make sure that he shuts the fuck up. That's what's going to happen. I know it. I know it, because I know this is deep. I know that organisations are all connected on all sides of the world. You know, and I even know it on the right wing as well. But I'm not. I'm just not gonna. I'm just watching at the moment. Right. I'm watching to see. All right, cool. This, that, and the other. I've got a good pattern recognition. I can see something. I might not understand it. I might not know what's going on, but I know something is. And when I said, what was it? A few weeks, was it last week? And I said, there's going to be. I've got some information that I'm going to put out, but let's just see who his cabinet's going to be. And then I realised when he started printing out his cabinet today, we'll have a quick look as well to see what the news is. When I realised he's doing the cabinet, I was thinking they're not ministers though, they're civil servants. So he's not going to really say, this is my civil servant team. So then I went into, right, let's just try and map it together. And yeah, wild shit happens. So yeah, let's just do it. That one, I've done that one. Kirsten, great investigation work, Danny. Like, share, sub, yes, do all that, because it's not going to be hitting the algorithm. Keep it at YouTube. We'll soon silence the algorithm. I haven't even got it right. I can guarantee you the Americans are running with this, but again, I've got a kick coming through, right? But I haven't got the other one, so I need to work on that. If we don't sub the channels we want to hear from now, we won't be showing up in the future. Exactly that. But that again, I can't be on YouTube. I can't be on YouTube at all. It just doesn't work for me. I showed you the other thing, didn't I, last week? Last one. So not that one. Oh, look at it. I'll show you the tweet I did. And then we're going to get off. We're going to get off at about 1 o'clock probably. But thank you everyone for. I'm not going to get off yet, so what am I saying thank you for? That's me. YouTube Studio. That's my stomach as well. Community post. Did I put it up on my community? I don't think I did actually. I didn't. Anyway, it showed that after the last chat that we had, after that one, I went onto all the other social medias, and Ghetto, I was pulling in 1,700 people. Now I'm not sure that was all there at one point in time or whatever, but over the period of time, that's how many views and impressions that he got. So it's important that outside of these free speech networks, that we have our own network, and my one is going to be Kick. I think that it's not going to go down. I don't think that it will capitulate to the government. I think it will say, if you want me, come and get me. And also let's do the coffee shop. I think this is important. The coffee shop, right? So to become a member, it's £5 a month. The things in the description, it's a pinned message in there. But why this is important is because once you're in there, I've got you away from. I can't show you. Once you're in there, I can do private stuff in there. I can do private streams. We can talk more free out. We can make sure that is if there's information that needs to get out there, that we can do it in there, and it will go directly to you people. I tried it on Patreon. I'm not really a fan of it, but I kind of need somewhere where we can stream freely, and people can see it, and people can pick it up, and they can watch their VODs, and we need to have a membership site as well, because I said it last time, and a lot of people are going to get this as well. The blacks are going to get the Patriot blacks. We're in for it. We're going to get it from, the people who are just fucking weird. We're going to get it with them. We're going to get it from Labour, because we should be supporting Labour. We're going to get it from the radical blacks, because we support the white people, or we facilitate white supremacy. So we're going to be under attack a lot. And I don't see how they're going to do it. I don't see how they're going to do it on YouTube. Let's get somewhere else. Let's get somewhere else. You've set a trend with the Kick move. Who else has gone to Kick? Lots of people. Do you know what else as well? Right? I'm always saying to myself, "Oh, I'm not gonna put out all my stuff, because we've got lurkers, right? We got people who just watch and they don't kind of comment or whatever." And then tomorrow or the next day, tomorrow you're going to hear something about the Muslim Council of Britain, and you can hear about the Labour Muslim Network. And then you start seeing stuff, and you start seeing people, people start going on, I'm saying, do this, and then I forget about it. And then you see people automatically saying to people, come over to Rumble. It used to be Rumble. Now it's going to be Kick. But we need to do it. Everyone just get on to Kick. Everyone do it. Eddie is he's a fair man. He's firm but fair. I saw something about AY is doing well promoting Kick. It's good for Kick. It's good for him as well. To be fair, he's more of a IRL streamer, but yeah, it's more designed for that, because of Jim Skin, because of Links and Hardy. What's his name? The young boy, Ed Matthews. HS Tiki Doggy. It's good for those types of things, but people are thinking that because it's open, it can be wild as well, and people start to think that the wild podcast, the wild IRLs, is what people click for. But they're going to close down on that soon. I can promise you that they're going to close down from HS Tiki Toki, from the paedophilia stuff that was going on. Eddie was like, yeah, things have got to change, and you're getting a lot of people getting banned for smaller things, and I think that IRL streaming is going to be desaturated, let's just say, and then it's going to be this type of podcast is going to be introduced a little bit more. That's what I think. So basically, all the IRL streamers out there who are 0 to 50,000, just don't be dickheads and don't cause all that whole heap of trouble. That's it. Then you'll be all right. LTG, thanks for dropping the link to the Kick. Yes, thank you. We'll be having a secret meetings in abandoned buildings under canal bridges at this rate. That's COVID. Remember that. That's COVID. I still got it. I still got the woods. I'll go there. We'll go there. We'll go there in a week, right? I still got a woods that it's got. We cleared it. We put logs down into like circles. We had little places where people could pitch tents, because I was convinced that as a as a pure blood, we were going to be run out of this town, run out of all society, and we needed a place to go. And I still got the CB radio as well, but it's going to get like that again. Promise you. Yorak is me, my daughter is Car Roy. They've already shadow banning Danny first a while. They've already been shadow banning Danny first a while. Anyone who's friends with him, this is the thing as well. My YouTube, this YouTube has been through Black Lives Matter, has been through the Tommy saga, has been through COVID, has been through the Ukrainian war. I'm still here. It's been banned so many times and got so many different tags on it and all sorts of things. I'm like, all right, cool. I've got the other one, the Unfiltered Nation, but it's like 300 people that are on it. I might just start building that up a little bit, but I don't want to be on YouTube, to be fair. But this is where the people are. I would rather people understand that it's not our friend. I've tried to say this so many times. I've said it about X as well. I don't think X is our friend. And I'm showing you, right? Hang on a minute. Let's have a look at this. Let's have a look at this, right? My TikTok. The last one I did. Things, but if you put all the small things together, you're like, what the fuck did these people? 7-Eleven. 7-Eleven was the last one I posted, and it got 281 views. Have you seen that video? I'm gonna put that video up in a minute. It's absolutely wild. Absolutely wild. If you've got children, I'm gonna put it up now. It's crazy as fuck. And I think everyone you need to see it. Anyway, that one. So my last two, I've not done it since 7th, 11th. So that's nearly 6-7 months. My last one's 1,200 views. This one, 1,000 views. So I've not been on there for 7 months, and I've got 2,000 views in 2 videos, 2,000 views in one day. I've got another 1,000 or so on Instagram. I've got another 700-800 on Facebook. These are the platforms that I've never said that have been good. But yet YouTube gives me 27 fucking views on a video. So I know that it's not here, but I know that you people, on the replay and all of that, you're here. So it's just a matter of transition. It will come. It will come. What am I doing? Right, I'm going to finish it off with this, because I think you all need to know it. I don't know if you've seen the video. You might have done. You might not have done. But you're going to see it again. And if you don't see it, then, it doesn't matter, does it? You can go off. I didn't even put it on here. I didn't even put it on here. So why didn't I put it on Facebook? Not Facebook. This shit, whatever this is. Let me just get to it. It's important. Oh, yeah, right. So this one here, look at this quickly. So it says Burnham, Andy Burnham. And look at the effort I put in. Come on, people. I put in effort into this. Andy Burnham makes ending rough sleeping his first policy pledge. So this is the breadcrumbs to keep people away from the scent. Away from the scent of the people coming in are who we've spoken about today. So that's what he tried to do. That's where I was like, you know what? Let's just say it. Let's just do it. If he didn't do this, if he didn't do this bullshit pledge, because he's not going to end rough sleeping as a prime minister, because in Greater Manchester, he started with 260 something people in 2017. Yes, he went down. He went down to under 100. Guess what that was? That was COVID. The lowest point on that graph was COVID, when they took them all off the street and put them in hotels. And then all of a sudden, there's now 197 rough sleepers. So from 216 or 260 to 197, that's how many rough sleepers he's done. And he wants you to believe that in the whole of the UK, he's going to remove rough sleeping. He might remove it because he's decriminalised it. He's not going to remove it completely. And that's for sure. So that was that one anyway. Here he is. Just call me Dave. You remember David Cameron and how he come out differently. And I don't like this either. I always hate it when they wear other people's ties. Why can't they just wear red? Well, red's not very much like, but you're a socialist. Socialists wear red. Conservatives wear blue. Reform, which is supposed to be a conservative style, theirs is a blue, but it's a lot lighter. UKIP just did their own thing, but I love it. I love purple. I don't think I'll put it on there either. How mad is that? Oh, here it is. Here it is. For your child's DNA. Most parents would say absolute. Right, parents, I need you to understand this. So this is the Adolescents Health Study. The MRCs, let me put it up as well. Let me put mine up full blast so I can hear it. No, because it vibrates off the microphone. The MRC's health study will be a new longitude population study and data platform. It will focus on the critical biological and social developments that occur during adolescence. The AHS will aim to recruit and retain around 100,000 young people aged 8 to 18 at enrolment, and they will follow their health and well-being for 10 years. Recruitment will take place predominantly through the schools. This is how I found out about it. It tried to say that an 8-year-old girl, they can be a study for the next 10 years, and they can just study her. The school wants the permission. So when you ask a question like, what are they going to do? Are they going to jab? Or they might do, because they might want to see how, how people react to it. What the fuck? Do you know who you're talking to? Do you absolutely know who you are talking to? That's crazy. See, I look into it, and it gets worse. The vision is to stimulate exponential increase in research to understand health trajectories and outcome from young people. It's got a £62 million budget, and it's a 12-year award period. The initial 2-year pilot phase is expected to commence this year, which is when they've done it. So go to your schools, and the only reason that the schools come to certain people is because we put in our forms at the beginning of the years and whatnot to say, under no circumstances is there any lockdowns. Under no circumstances is there any injections or medical assistance needed unless it is life and death. And none of them are going to be vaccinations at any point in time. And then, what else was it? Anything like that, you've got to come and speak to me. And any vaccination days, the children do not come into school for 3 days. The flu jab, the flu spray, don't come into school for 3 days because of the shedding and all of that stuff. It's the only reason. Can you just sign a consent form? But what? Absolutely screwing. So this video is me absolutely screwing. And I'll be back in a second. This one's for the parents out there. I want you to stop scrolling. So imagine somebody has asked for your child's DNA. Most parents would say absolutely not. So why are there thousands about to be handing over the most valuable information that their child will ever own? And it's wrapped up in something called UK Adolescents Health Study. Now researchers, they want to take 100,000 children aged 8 to 18 for at least 10 years. Health, lifestyle, potentially biological samples, all linked records. Maybe this research will improve healthcare. I generally hope it does, but here's what history is going to be teaching us, right? People were often told to trust the system. For decades, people have been talking about MK Ultra, and it was dismissed as some conspiracy theory. And now, today, 2026, it is accepted history. So don't confuse asking questions from rejecting the science. But here's another question. Who built a system that holds some of the most sensitive data in Britain? It's companies like Palantir, because they become deeply involved and integrated into the NHS data infrastructure, and that is just a fact. Those who are supporting it and supporting Palantir and the shareholders, they're all saying that they're providing powerful technology, but people like me will point out to the company's intelligence background and argue that public oversight needs to be much, much stronger. So whatever side you are on, there is only one thing that is certain. Data is the most valuable asset on earth. You see, gold gets locked away and stored. Oil just gets burned. Data, that can exist forever. Before you consent to any form, read every word. Ask who's got access. Ask how long it will be kept. Ask whether the rules will ever change, because protecting your child's future isn't just about protecting their health. It's also about protecting their information. I'm muted. I've been muted for so long. See, I knew it was too good to be true. I knew it. I was just going through these. I was just going through the things anyway. No sound, no sound, no sound. And I'm looking at it. And I'm thinking, I haven't even got a video playing. The maximum amount of time you can hold data is 6 years, unless in some circumstances. Palantir is changing it. Palantir is taking your... Do you know what Palantir are doing? They're taking your NHS records and they're taking it to America, and then they're saying, well, it's in America now, so it's not under your rules and regulations. Sorry. Any lip readers in the house? Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Try miming. Well, it's all right, because I got your question wrong 3 times. So yeah, so it is the ultimate. It is the ultimate. Trafficking is the ultimate thing. And I said about Ross sleeping. Maybe they will be able to make it go down to 0, because they won't call it Ross sleeping, because they've decriminalised it. Maybe they'll just call it alternative housing. So all the people on Oxford Street, they will just be seeking alternative houses. They're not homeless. Of course they're not. They've got tents. They've got this. They're just alternative housing people. That's what I feel will happen. But anyway, people, subject access, subject request, sound is back always. And what a pleasure it is. And what a pleasure it is to know me. What was that from? What was that one from? It is always a pleasure to know Roy. Roy's a legend, right? He's a legend in the game. And so is Curse 10 as well. When I come to London, I'm always saying, right, let's go. I know I'm gonna see them. And I used to see Roy all the time. And now I very rarely do, because now he's got his YouTube popping and he does his he does the the good YouTubes, right? What you're supposed to do, like get content. Do you know what I mean? Not like me. I just stand there and be like, do you know what? I'm enjoying what I'm seeing, or I'm enjoying this. So good. Everyone go and subscribe to all the channels. Everyone who's there, click on their name, and subscribe to them. I've got no sound still. You're trolling me now. Yes, tents will count as emergency temporary housing. There we go. LTG's in the house, taking a bow on Kick. Let's go. It's been a good Kick thing tonight. Everyone, come over. Come over. That's it. I'm going to do a Kick only stream. But you got to also remember, people on Kick, I do game. I've stopped doing it a little bit online. I do it in like in servers and whatnot. But when I'm bored, you know, I've got the gaming PC and I'm just streaming it. So I think, you know what, let's just go and do a bit of gaming on there as well. So sometimes it might not be what you were expecting or what you like, but that's that. Anything else on here? Nothing else on X for now. So we're gonna go. We're gonna call it a night. It's 1:15. Thank you for joining me the whole entire night. We are the Night Walkers. This is the night shift. So yeah, I'll see you on the next time. Thank you everyone for watching, and remember, please go and look into the Muslim Council of Britain, the Labour Muslim Network. And if you just come on and you're like, what the hell were you talking about, rewind it to the start, because it's information that you need to understand. That Burnham is probably going to be mimicking the Democratic Socialists over in America. Mamdani, AOC, Ilya Omar, and the rest of the corrupt people out there who just can't seem to get sacked or get removed. Roy Mans is at Tower Hill Road. We must do that. We have sound. When you're ready, Lodger. Park Lane whenever. Get near the Romanians. Now, if it's legal to pitch a tent. Yeah, it'd be interesting, actually. Roy can let us know from Sunday what it's like down there. Thanks for joining Danny's stream. Thank you for all the mods and everyone keeping the chat moving. It's really appreciated. I try and do what I can. I try and not get myself defocused, and I'll try and stick to a kind of running order, which yeah, hopefully it will get better and better as we do it. I'm going to start doing it more regularly. We're going to have a lot of stuff about Burnham. What's the next one that we're going to do? Oh, what was it? Can't remember, but it's important. I don't know. All eyes on Burnham. Actually, before we'll do it tomorrow. All eyes on Burnham, and just don't get sucked in. There's going to be a lot of psyopses out there. There's going to be a lot of people that are trying to bring you into different conversations to keep you away from this one. And if you don't see me again, if I'm not here in the next 2 days, I'm going to do a live stream on Wednesday or Thursday. If I'm not done a live stream by Thursday, you know I'm in a little bit of trouble because they're on to me, right? And I'm pretty sure that at some point in time, they're going to do it. Not for racism, not for anti-Semitism, not for anything like that, but for the truth, for understanding their playbook. And if I can understand it, I hope everyone else can. People, good night. God bless everyone. Let me just do the last one. It's about to... Trump's about to announce term limits. On what? He's on a term limit. Oh, is he going to remove the term limits? 78% of Democratic will be out if he passes it. What? All right, before we go, people, we've got a late night, we've got a last minute news story. Trump on term limits. What is going on? Donald Trump. All right, give me 1 second, people. I'm just getting it up. Let's just try and do this. The Washington Post The Washington Post is temporarily down for maintenance. That's wild. That's October 30th. I can't see it. All right, let's just see what it says. President Donald Trump repeatedly floated the idea of seeking a third term in office despite the 22nd Amendment. Trump's comments on term limits have shifted over time. He has expressed interest in running again. Too bad. Is he? Amen, amen. Unelected PM. He is an unelected PM. Pelosi is a thingy. What's he doing? Well, I don't know. I can't get to it because this one is down, and this is the one I wanna do. Why are so many people making kick accounts? That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We're making the kick accounts because it's free. Do you know what? It's a free platform. It's a platform that it bans you when you've done your things wrong, and it doesn't promote or not promote. And that's what I think is quite good actually, because look at YouTube, right? YouTube, you can get promoted by YouTube. You can get promoted by your own, your own external networks or whatever, and that's where the algorithm bases itself on. But Kicks, that is the opposite of that. It's none. It doesn't promote. It doesn't allow you to view bot either. So you've got to get your people, and you've got to place them in there. Whilst you're in there and you're live streaming, and you're holding an audience, then they will put you either on the front page or not. But also with their, like, just say is AY, me and AY, right? It's not going to happen because AY does a lot more better content with the the IRL stuff, and it's a lot more easier for people to watch because they are, they're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for him to go inside a migrant house or a hotel. What's going to happen? The old bill come. Is AY going to win? Is it going to be the police? It's always, it's packed. Excitement, dopamine hits, everything. But let's just say I've got 1,000, he's got 1,000. This is what they do. Then they start raiding each other. So I'll say to my people, listen, go over to AY's. Boom, everyone goes over to AY's. And then that big spike will then hopefully get him onto the main page. Once you're on the main page, it's crazy. Crazy. So it's a good platform, in my opinion, because you've got to do the work. You've got to do the work. And they're not going to say, well, hang on a minute, you do this. So we're not going to promote you because we don't agree with that viewpoint, or we don't agree with whatever. They're going to have the communists on there, and they're going to have the nationalists on there. They don't care. They just want people to be on there because they'll start pushing ads to you anyway. So that's every streaming platform does that. So that's why I think everyone's coming across. Plus, the European Union has passed the law to say that YouTube and these people have to promote authorized content first. In our case, it's the BBC, but we're not part of the EU. But Starmer's done a deal. And fucked off out of there. You don't need to tell me. I know, exactly. Oh, I think that's to do. You're waffling, Danny, about grifters. Clearly, somebody doesn't like anyone. But anyway, you're always welcome here. Anyway. And suddenly Streamlabs have come up. Streamlabs has come up with a thing there. So that's it. Just remember to subscribe to the Substack. I'm not really doing Substack anymore. But anyway, people, I'm going to go now. Thank you for coming. Thank you for watching. Share it out. Do what you got to do. And if you're not one of the new kickers, then get yourself onto there.